Hey guys, happy Monday. Give it some time for people to join in. Get my camera set right, I think. Yeah, so we're going. All right. I think it's working now. You know, as you guys are hopping on, welcoming, say hi. Excited for you guys to say hi. Excited for you guys to be here. It is a beautiful Monday. Hopefully, it is where you're at as well. Do me this. As you guys are popping on, would you do this? Would you do it for me? Just so I can understand where you guys are at. What is the projected high temp of where you're at? Is it going to be sunny? Is it going to be cloudy? Is it going to be rainy? Share that in the comments. I'd love to know. Love to know for you guys. I'm going to share for me. So right now, and if somebody could write that question, if the first person that answers, if you could write the question, if you could help me out, I'd really appreciate that. What is the weather where you're at going to be today? It is supposed to. You ready for this? 69 and partly cloudy and gorgeous here in Spokane. Yesterday we sat out by our pool, and it wasn't, for my Canadian friends, you guys can put in Celsius. It's okay. I can appreciate that. So 69, partly cloudy is our projected high for today, and it's supposed to be pretty nice this week. It is 71 and sunny in Nashville. Thank you, Natasha, for answering that. Karen, New Jersey is chilly and overcast. Okay, thank you guys for sharing. Naomi, I know. Welcome. Thank you for sharing. Hey, welcome, guys. Okay, so as you guys are doing that, please go to the comments. I would love to know what the weather is. 69, 70. Like I was saying yesterday here in Spokane, we got up. I've kind of had this routine now where I make my kids 17 degrees Celsius. So for some of you that don't know, the easy rule for Celsius is double it and add 32. So you're looking at somewhere around 60, 62, 63 degrees, sunny. Natasha, 9 degrees Celsius, a little colder. Yes. Okay. So, guys, we got to sit out by our pool and take in the sun rays. Now, here's the deal. It was like 63, 64, and it was just about perfect. It was gorgeous. Wasn't too hot. There was just enough breeze that it was great. So what we got for this morning, got a lot. Okay, I'm going to give you a couple product update information, and then I'm going to try to keep it in 2 to 3, maybe 4 minutes. Maybe 4 minutes of kind of a lesson. And what that is today is talking about, the foundation, talking about emotional foundation backbone. Okay, so let's get going. So today, let's starting at actually last night at 9:01 through 9:01 Pacific. And if it's just me, I don't know, my camera's kind of like flipping in and out. Don't know what the deal is. If you guys are seeing that, just let me know. But anyways, say good morning, say hi, tell me what the weather's going to be. Appreciate you guys sharing. And customer free shipping. Okay. And customer appreciation. And I'm going with you guys in the chat. If you haven't in the in the post. Dude, I'm all over the place and I shouldn't be. Goodness gracious. Okay. And so it is for current customers. Now, what that looks like is that is someone who has paid their membership, is active, and doesn't need to sign up or repay. So it doesn't mean they have to be 100 BV active. It just means that they have an account where they could go on and they could purchase product. If they purchase over $150 worth of product, they get free shipping. If they're on ISA delivery, they will get a $15 US credit, $17 Canadian credit. And so it's a great way. We talked last week. And if you haven't done it, that's great. That's okay. I haven't done it either. I've dragged my feet. We talked about reaching out to customers, reaching out to former customers. And this is a great opportunity to reach out to active customers and just send them a real nice email. This is what I would suggest is connect with them. Say one thing that you know about them, remember about them, ask how they are, whatever. Say, hey, I just want to give you this heads up. I wanted to give you a heads up because I appreciate you being a customer. Isagenix does as well. There is, if you order this week, over $150, you get free shipping. And just an FYI. And also, hey, next week we're going to have some new products released, a new flavor of Bia, the new Zija products, new to us that we acquired. And just make it real quick, real simple. I will see this. I will do this for you guys. I will work on an example script of what to send people, because not that I like scripts, but I think it would be a great, what I'm going to share. So I'll share what I'm going to share today in the comments. I'll try to get that done right after this. I got a 9 o'clock Zoom, so I'll make it quick. Okay, so that's what's going on with free shipping. Now, you may ask, why free shipping for customers rather than new customers? Well, there's two reasons. One, Isagenix really wanted to take as an opportunity to appreciate those people that have been customers. Many other companies have done the same thing, and it's just a good gesture. Okay, it's great. Appreciate it. Take it. Well, why not for new customers? Well, here's the thing. I'm going to share a story from my dad. So my dad he'll be 70 this year. And my dad, as far as I've ever known in my life, has never drank coffee, has never, doesn't drink alcohol, doesn't at all, just hasn't, partly believes, he's never really said why, he just doesn't. He doesn't like coffee. But one of the things that he said too is, he's not a guy that needs like a jolt of caffeine first thing in the morning. It's just not his gig. And, he's made the comment to me recently as, spent more time with him. He's like, I just don't get, why do people, I'm ready to go. Like, get up. And let me give you a story about my dad. So my dad grew up on a dairy farm, played sports, played college football. And then he transferred, decided to get a degree in agricultural education, was an ag teacher for 8 years. And then he had the bright ideas like, hey, I'm going to start being a dairy farmer. So he did that. And in the midst of kind of some financial struggles, early 80s, he then took on a second career where he was a nutritionist for cows. So he was a dairy farmer. He was also a nutritionist for cows. This is not to make a long story, but I'm trying to give you some from insight background. So as far as I know, for a majority of my growing life, my dad was up at about 4:30 or 5 o'clock every single day. Would, take care of our cows, then go to his nutrition job, come home, take care of our cows. And then, it was anywhere between 7:30 and 9 o'clock, depending on the season, what was going on that was getting into the house. And I think he would usually go to bed at like maybe 10. And I don't know if you guys have ever had that schedule. I have for one season of my life. I had for a season of my life, and it nearly ruined our marriage. And I had some cows, and I was milking cows, and I was also a nutritionist, and I only had 2 or 3 cows, but it took about the same amount of time that it took for my dad to milk 50. And I had a much greater appreciation for how hard that work was, and how, much, oh my goodness, he got up every day, did this every single day. He did that every day that I understood for about 14 years. He's still an early riser. And one of the things I want to get at with this is he says, I don't need motivation to get going. I spent a lot of time with John Maxwell, and he's like, motivation, if you need motivation, I'm not your motivator. I'm going to be your teacher. I'm going to give you implementation, whatever stuff. So let me circle this back around. We don't need free shipping offers to share the great, amazing story of Isagenix. And if we do, it's a crutch. It's like people saying, I can't physically operate until I have my coffee in the morning and have caffeine hit my veins. And neither here nor there. But what I will challenge and say, if you're using that as the motivation to get up and going, man, I'd really challenge you. You're not doing it for the right reasons. And, for me, it's like, hey, I like some caffeine. I like a little extra pep in my step, but I don't need that in order to go do something. And sometimes there's like an extra motivation you need that becomes a crutch. And so if you don't have that motivation, you don't do it. So let me tell you, really exciting. We are seeing I was going through our reports. I'm going to give the guy a shout out. Jared Etienne. If somebody would tag him to this so he could see it, if you know a Jared, great. Jared was the #1 enroller in our entire organization in the month of March. He had 18 enrollments. He had 9 in the month of February. Guy is absolutely doing great things, enrolling a lot of people. And this is what I know about Jared. Jared's got a lot of motivation. Jared's really excited. And I left him a voice message. He sent me one back and said, yeah, you know what? I was a trainer at 2 gyms. And I just said, I got to do this. And I made my list and I started going through my list and I create challenges. There's an aha there. Create challenges. A lot of you guys are doing it. I think it's great. Anyways, I look at that. None of that was with any promotions. It was nothing. And so if we're relying on those things, we're not relying on the great that Isagenix has from a comp plan, from products, from all those things. And I've seen tremendous amounts of growth organizationally in a lot of places over the last month. And that's without any promotions. So don't think you need promotions to grow your business. You don't. It's a bad drug. You don't need it. Okay, that's a rant. Didn't mean it to be. Let's get on to the next thing. The next thing is our spring catalog. I will as well post in the comments or in the caption, the title, the link to all the downloadables. It got shared with us. I'm going to have it one spot for you guys. Direct link to Dropbox. You can directly download it from there. You can share it with people. It's open. It's free to anyone to be able to go. Okay. Last thing. I'm trying to get through this because I want to be, kind of observative of your time. It is our role to be the foundation, emotional backbone. So listen to a few things, the learning that I learned, different people I learned from. And one of the things that struck me is I believe that my skills are called to a time like this. I believe my experiences and my growth and my pain and my heartache are calling me to a time like this, calling me to a time to be not only excited and hopeful, to see opportunity, to see creative opportunities, as well as to say, hey, yeah, I've been there and I can appreciate emotionally where you guys are at. But at the same point, we got to move forward. And if we dwell in the ugly, we're going to get stuck in the ugly. Now, I believe it's our role in this business, in our economy today, to be the emotional backbone. Now, emotional backbones don't go out and shame people. They don't go out and make people feel guilty. They don't take advantage of people. They're there, put their arms around them and say, how can I help? And we're seeing a lot of that. And, I had other leaders say, hey, your business is growing. It's like, yeah, well, what have you guys done? Well, I think we've done 3 things. We've done challenges. That's really helped. We put our arms around people and say, how can I support and love you? And 3 is we have not gone out and done hard pitches. I believe that's what's helping our business grow, where our business is growing. And I love it. And there's a lot of excitement. And there's a lot of it around that. So those things work. Okay. But I also believe it is a personality trait that I think Kelly and I carry. And I was just talking to her about this is, generally we don't get too high or too low. And that's how we carry ourselves. That's just me feeling. If I'm wrong, please identify it, call me out, tell me, no, Tyler, you're kind of all over the place. That's all right. I have some places I'm all over the place. I get it. But I think from an emotional point of view is we're generally pretty even keel. And I think that is something that I believe that we've tried to instill in our leadership and tell people, hey, if you're looking at your business and you're seeing emotional roller coasters, well, that is that's a mirror of you. And I learned that this morning from Darren Hardy. Darren Hardy shared about leaders in this season is like, if you're seeing something going on in your business, you got to take, responsibility for it. In other words, if you want to see, more emotional, even keel, people don't get too high, people don't get too low, then that's on you. If you feel like you're always fighting something dramatic or always dragging people, well, that's on you. And I'm not here to shame anyone. I'm just saying take responsibility. And that's something that I truly believe it is in this season an opportunity for all of us to be that emotional backbone for people in our family, for people in our community, for people in our business, for people in our world. At the very beginning of this, I challenged, said, the world is in need of some serious level-headed, calm leadership. And I think that's our opportunity. I believe that is absolutely an impact that we can have and show people, not get too high, not to get too low, but absolutely share a hope and an excitement of what opportunity there is. And it's not going to end. And here's what I'm sensing and realizing. And this has been on my heart for a long time. And our business has absolutely largely been built. And this was a stereotype that was given to me. If you don't fit this, that's right, Darren, this is not, shaming you. But a comment was made that Isagenix and or really our business was built by 35-year-old Lululemon moms. That's what was told me. And don't get upset by that. Appreciate that, because that's reality. It really is. Take a big, long, it's okay. It's okay. Now, that's made it hard for some people to fit in. But once they realize that, they're like, okay, that's where there's opportunity. Now, here's what I see evolving going forward because, well, I did not mean to talk about this, because of what's happened with COVID-19. I see that there's going to be a little bit of a shift in that. Those people are still going to be a big part of our business opportunity. Absolutely. That is what's growing our business, but it's also the 22 to 24-year-olds that maybe got laid off, that are out of college, that don't know what they're doing. That's growing. But here's another thing that I think over the next 12 months is going to grow. And I'm going to talk to one of these guys right after this. It is professional men between the ages of 35 and 45. Professional men between the ages of 35 and 45. Why? Because for the first time, they're not in control of their career as a general. There may have been people that had things go on in their career like me, and took it sideways. But now there's a lot of those guys that are looking around saying, this isn't quite what I signed up for. And or now I'm out home more and I kind of like this. Or now I'm working from home more. Oh, I see my responsibility. And now all of a sudden that's going to change. How can I'm starting to see these things differently. The guy I'm going to talk to right after this, about 9 o'clock my time, is in real estate. He's done tremendous work. Real estate's had several different real estate offices. And as he and I were having a discussion last week, he goes, Tyler, I thought, taking and putting money into real estate was a good play. I have a friend who owns 100 rental houses. He got zero income 1st of April. He's probably going to get zero income for the next couple months. He's looking at that saying, that's a huge liability. That's not a good long-term option. He and I are going to talk about the opportunity of what network marketing can look like as a supplement and or an opportunity when financially things go down. Because one of the things that I've studied and I've seen, when the economy goes down, guess what happens? Network marketing tends to thrive. And when network marketing tends to thrive, the rest of the economy is down. So what better opportunity than to, say, hey, I can develop an income stream there. That passively or actively can build into my net worth. Okay, so that's just a quick snippet. Oh my goodness, that got long-winded, but let me get back to it. Our opportunity is to be the emotional and foundational, that's what I meant. It was an F. The emotional foundational backbone of those around us. And that's our great calling. And that's our great exciting opportunity. And that is something to take with a lot of responsibility. And we need to take that as we're looking at what we're doing social media. It's what we need to look at, when we're, talking to people on Zoom or whatever else. How do we show up? Do we have our makeup done? Do we have our hair done? Do we look, like we're the world could be chaos, and that's fine. And maybe don't get those wrong. Don't fake until you make it. That's fine. Don't do that. But yet understand and lean into and say, hey, I ain't got this today, but I realize I'm saying it so you guys hold me accountable. I'm being vulnerable, but I see this is where a great opportunity is. Okay. That's what I got for you guys this morning. I don't know if that was of value. I don't know if you guys that hit on a note. If it did, great. Don't know, but that was on my heart. So have a great day. I will get to you guys today the images for the customer appreciation, where you can share on social media, share with your current customers. Number 2, the Dropbox link to all of the spring catalog. It's labeled something else, but all the new products there. Go talk about it. Go share it. Go build excitement for next week. And number 3, I will work on my own personal example of a script, what I'm going to send to our current customers as an appreciation from us to them, but also letting them know about the customer appreciation offer this week. Okay. A lot of exciting things. Appreciate you guys being here, spending 20 minutes with me this morning. Thank you guys for sharing a little bit of what the weather's going to be like for you. Appreciate that in the comments. If you got value out of this to your team, to anyone else, share it. Open, go for it. None of this is, to be held under a bushel basket. Share, let it flow through you. If anything that I said today kind of clicked or spun something, go talk about it. Talk about it in your own words. Talk about it differently. But if it inspired you some way, as I get inspired before I share this stuff, I hope you guys do the same. So have a great day, and I'll see you guys back here tomorrow.